my name is Catherine Storing. I am the executive style consultant expert and I style women to the top. I want to talk today to you about something that happened, a while ago that I haven't shared with a lot of people, but I know that if I share this, a lot of women are going to benefit from this. I want to share with you why a few years ago I did not get a promotion that I really wanted and why I didn't get a raise that I also deserved. This happened about 7-8 years ago at a job that I loved, that it was to this day the job that I grew the most at. I met wonderful people that I work with every day, and it was just a great opportunity, something that I will relish forever. And unfortunately it ended in a way that it could have been prevented if I have followed the steps that I'm gonna share with you in a few moments. So let me tell you the things that I did right at this job that I so love, and I grew so much, and it was just one of those experiences that I will never forget. The things that I did right, I came prepared. I knew that I spent a year working really hard, and I had done all the things that I was told that I needed to do and more. So I came prepared. I prepared this list of things, success stories and testimonials from people in all the departments, and on the numbers of what I have saved, cost avoidance, you name it. I had my proof. I had it with me. I was ready. The other thing that I did was I dressed for the part. I dressed for the job that I wanted, because I knew that job is mine. I deserve it. Even though I am at a very junior level, I am gonna dress like I already have that job. I gotta show them that I am gonna represent them well, that I am ready to do this job, not only because of my work, the way my work is speaking, but because of the way I present myself. The other thing that I did well was I scheduled a meeting on a day that everything was going perfect. There were no issues with my boss. There were not looming presentations or big meetings. Nobody was coming to visit. It was a Wednesday morning, mid-morning. My boss was in a good mood. Everything was fine. So I knew that we had time to go over my big pitch. I want to get promoted. I want to get a raise. Well, everything, I thought I was prepared. I was ready to go. Well, that's what I did right. Let's go over the things that I did wrong while I actually went to, it feels like an interview, but it was really a review, where I walk into his office and I said, okay, we're gonna have this conversation. These were the things that I did wrong. Even though I had that folder, that lovely folder that I spent time putting together with all those success stories and the testimonials and the numbers that were speaking for myself, guess what? I got so nervous that I did not share them with my boss. I just did, at the moment, I think I panicked. I didn't think that it was relevant, that it was important. So all that work, I didn't share with him. The other thing that I did wrong is I shut down. The moment that he said no, that he gave me the excuses, it felt like he got them on a book because I heard them so many times. I shut down. I sat there. I was in disbelief. I was in shock. I couldn't believe that, after a whole year of my hard work and, coming in early in the office and staying late and going above and beyond and always being the it girl, he said no. And not only did he say no, the only thing that I did wrong was that I took his first no. I didn't challenge him. Why? Because I shut down. My voice was gone. I sat there, and I don't know if it's ever happened to you when you were so mad that that if you say something, your voice is going to crack, and in worst case scenario, you might have a few tears come down. So I was determined this was not going to happen to me. I was very young at the time, so I knew that my temper could get the best of me. So I didn't want that to happen. So instead, I shut down. I took his first no, and I just sat there. Well, what did I do with that? I kept my disappointment to myself. I didn't tell him how upset and how let down I felt, because I felt that he had asked me to prove myself, to do all these things, and then I will get promoted, I will get a raise. Well, I thought that my work should speak for itself, that I wouldn't have to sell myself, that he would just say, yes, Catherine, of course you should get promoted, and I'm gonna give you this big fat raise on top of that. Well, that's not the way it works. He needed to be convinced, and I didn't do that. I didn't tell him how upset I was. I said, okay, obviously he could tell it was not okay, but he wasn't gonna do the work for me. It was my job to fight for what I believe was right. Instead, I got up and I walked away. Well, what did I do after that? I was very angry. I couldn't believe, how dare he not promote me? How dare he not give me a raise? Well, what did I do? I got myself another job. I did get the promotion that I wanted. I did get the raise. And 3 weeks later, I marched into his office. I put on a gorgeous red dress on, and I asked, do you have a moment? And he said, sure. I closed the door behind me. I handed him my letter of resignation, and I sat back. And it was so much satisfaction in just doing that and being able to tell him, hey, you're lost. You had your chance, and now you're gonna lose it. He was shocked. He couldn't believe. He's like, what are you talking about? Why are you leaving? And I said, what do you mean, why am I leaving? I'm leaving because I didn't get promoted here. I didn't get a raise, and I cannot work under these conditions. I can't believe, going back in my mind, I can't believe I did this. And he said, well, Catherine, I was gonna promote you. I just couldn't say anything, and I was gonna give you a raise, but the timing wasn't right. And I didn't believe him. But after he said that, and I saw in his face that he was really shocked. He was really surprised that I would leave. I realized that I was not honest. I didn't really communicate with him. I didn't tell him why I was so upset at the moment when I had that initial conversation. I should have spoke up. I should have said, I don't think this is right. Can you tell me why I'm not getting promoted? Instead of just giving me this, give me another year. I had already given him 2 years. The first time he did this to me, I just let it go. And then the second time, there were budget cuts. We couldn't do it, blah, blah, blah. The third year, I said no more. But guess what? I stood for it. I was okay with that. Not okay, but I just let it happen the first time and the second time. So he thought, why wouldn't you let it happen the third time? Why would she just know? She has taken it so many times. I don't have to give her a raise. I don't have to promote her because she's not showing me that she's ready. She's not fighting for it. So I did, he did try to get me to stay. He said I was gonna get promoted. I was gonna get the raise that I wanted. And actually I got a better promotion, a better raise at the other place. But if he had given me what he offered me at that moment, I would have stayed. I loved that job so much. I was so happy there. But it worked out at the end. I was able to move on and get a higher position. I was not happier, but I got a higher position, and it catapulted me to another level. But if I could do it over again, I would have shown my little folder with all the stories, all the success stories. I would have spoken up, and I would have said, no, that is not acceptable. I am not leaving this office until you and I come to an agreement and I get what I think I should get. And if you think I should not get it, you have to tell me valid reasons with examples why I should not. And I'm sure that he would have been impressed, and we would have another type of conversation. So I am sharing this story with you today, and it's very dear to my heart because, like I said, I really loved that job. I'm sharing with you today because I want to save you that aggravation. I want to save you getting upset and getting emotional at work, because that's what happened. I let myself get emotional. I didn't realize that I should have taking 5 minutes, taking a minute and just breathe in and out. And then if I was very upset, I should have said, you know what, I need to take a minute. This is very upsetting for me. Or I didn't expect you to say that. I could have bought myself some time if I had said, I didn't expect you to say that. I'm taken back. And then that would have given him some time to say something. But I'm sharing with you this today because I want to empower you. I want to let you know that it's okay to fight for what you believe in, to ask for it and demand it and say, no, I deserve that job. I want that job. I am not leaving until I get that job or that client or that promotion or that apartment. Whatever it is that you want, you're gonna get tested. You're gonna have to show that you really want it. And if you are prepared, if you have worked really hard for it, you are going to get it. But it's gonna require of you some work. It's gonna require you to actually claim it and say, I am here, I want it. You're putting yourself on the line, and I know it's scary, and I know that you might say, but what if I get a no? What if they shut me down and they say no? Well, you know what? I could have felt better about this experience if I had actually spoken up and being honest and being truthful and actually show my disappointment, because I would have known that I did everything within my power to get that job, and I would have been honest not only with my boss but with myself, which is to me very important. So next time you are in a tough situation when you're negotiating, you want to listen to what they have to say, but at the same time listen to yourself and make sure that you give your voice time to come out, that you honor your voice so people know who you are, the true self, who you really are. So if you can share with me, similar stories or something that has happened to you. I'm sure you have many stories of when you have gone to your boss, when you wanted to buy something and you wanted to get a special price and you wouldn't get it. Share those stories with me at catherinestory.com. I would love to hear from you. And as usual, you can share this video with your friends and co-workers so they can also see why they're not getting promoted and why they're not getting the raise they so deserve.